Nope, that isn't the Liberal Democrats out on their morning walks with their social care workers. That was the anti-far right protest that happened in London yesterday. That's what we're going to talk about. So if you like this stuff, please do like, feel free to subscribe and leave a comment if you've got anything to say about what we're talking about. So, first things first. Sorry, let me just get rid of this screen. I was going to show you some clips from the event yesterday. This one really caught my eye. You'll know why. Yep, sorry about that. I got a bit distracted. Nothing says stop the far right more than a bunch of people wearing leather chaps gyrating their hips. Yeah, just part of the day out, I guess. All right, now I'm going to look at some photos from the event. So we're just going to do a quick analysis of the crowd that was there. Now, according to the left, there was over 500,000 people at this event yesterday. And according to everyone else, there's about 50,000 people. Apparently, unions were putting on free coaches to get people down there, and a bunch of celebrities were trying to promote the event beforehand. So, that's what we're looking at. Now, in stark contrast, the Unite the Kingdom rally had hundreds of thousands there. So many people, Keir Starmer shat himself. So, looking at these images, we're going to quickly dissect a few things that stand out to us. First of all, of course, we've got the LGBT flags, because being on that spectrum suddenly becomes part of your identity, and you've got to broadcast it everywhere. So nice to see those people there. At least they weren't online for that day, so it gave us a bit of peace and quiet. Another thing you're going to notice as well is the placards, the little signs they've got. Well, a lot of them are copy and paste. These are mass produced by these organisations, charities, NGOs who, pretend, oh no, this is all grassroots. And what happens every time they do this? They've got trucks of them full out of that, and they just hand them out to random people. They've got funding, basically. They've got well organised funding. George Soros is part of that funding, so anything to sort of destabilise the country by causing division. And another thing you'll notice in these photos is the makeup of the people. It's mostly women with terrible haircuts. I'm not even trying to be funny about that. Most of them, you look at their hair and you think, what did you get in a fight with a pair of head shears? So let's just have a look at that. There we go. Right, yeah, that go over there just above the sign. Yeah, that fringe. No one's asked for that. So as you can see there, more mass-produced placards. Now, mind you, as I said, the general makeup of these is women. They're sort of alternative women, let's call them that. They're not really women because, they don't want to look like them. Old people and migrants, of course. Now, mind you, that person down the front with the pink high-vis jacket, I did think that was a bloke a minute ago when I was looking at this, and I realised, no, that is actually a woman. So I thought there was at least one white bloke there, sort of at least middle age. I was wrong. I apologise. So, and here's another image. Again, there you go. There's Grandma. She's having a lovely day out. She's not seen her granddaughter, obviously, in months because, she's too busy out, fighting the good fight. But hey, at least they get to spend some quality time together. And there's another few placards there. Abortion is healthcare. Apparently murdering people was a good way of having a good healthcare system. So these are the sort of people we're dealing with. So that's all right. Let's have another look. So another makeup of the people that are there. So as you can see, again, more mass-produced placards. Just really trying to hammer the point home here. Now, in this group of people, I think I've spotted about 3 or 4 white men in there. The first one is the Samwise Gamgee looking fellow down the middle. He's the one stood next to that, I'll be honest, quite dapper Persian looker. Look at that guy. He's got a flying jacket on, hand on his hip. Yeah, that guy can hit the pie. You got another white guy behind him. He's the guy with the glasses, beard, and long hair. Strong sort of uni professor vibes. So, again, no one important. To the right of them, you might be able to see him. He's behind a sort of a hobbit-looking guy with the grey hair. There's a guy with a COVID mask on. Yeah, these people. I'm surprised not to see that many more COVID masks, but yeah, these people just loony, absolute Looney Tunes. So these are who we're talking about. What else we got? Oh yeah. So just some more of the flags and things that we're looking at. Let's watch this quick video. Yeah, rest in peace, you bastard. Oh, there's another bad haircut. There we go. So, we've got Iranian flags. Now, for those who aren't really paying attention, at the moment, America is beating the living F out of Iran. They killed the Ayatollah. Who cares? That guy is an absolute horrible person. But for some reason, the left are really keen to sort of glorify him and make him a martyr. I'll cover that more in a second, and then here's another video. More Iranian flags, Palestinian flags. There was a peace sign there, didn't you notice? Obviously, smoke bombs, because that's what you do at a peaceful protest. There it is. Again, who do we see? There's one white bloke, boomer. The rest of them, just progressive lefties. Okay, so that was the makeup of the event yesterday. Here's just what, a normal protest will look like. This is from Unite the Kingdom, okay, the Tommy Robinson March. And as you can see there, you just got white working class blokes. You've got people just with flags that they've bought. That's it. That's what a grassroots protest looks like, okay? Normal people, most with flags, just out there, not screaming, not shouting, no smoke bombs going off, not glorifying any sort of terrible leaders who killed, 13,000 protesters, in the last 2 months. Just normal people just having a nice walk. So, that's just a little overview of what happened yesterday. Now, just a kind of reminder, here's a quick summary between the two sort of different groups I've shown. So on the left, you've got very, very openly gay people. And it's not just sort of being gay, it's the fact that I have to wear leather and gyrate on a stage to, really accentuate my personality. Standing next to people who were celebrating a regime overseas who would throw gay people off buildings if they ever saw them with those leather chaps and those hips gyrating in front of them. Okay, so we've got these people on the same side. And then on the other, as well, we've got all these mass-produced placards, all this funding going into these lefty groups. As I said, the unions were putting on free coaches to get them there. There's essentially the anti-sort of establishment people are the most well-funded establishment people you can get. And then on the other side, and also, sorry, I keep forgetting, these are the people that think killing babies is good healthcare. On the other side, the far right, the people they're protesting, they're just the ones who go out, don't cause any trouble, aren't funded, just out there just to make themselves known. So, my conclusion, as always, the left are batshit crazy, okay? If you watch any news coming out recently about, the far right are terrible, the far right are, all these fascist people, the left are actually glorifying the Ayatollah, who's one of the most fascist people you can have, okay? Oh, yeah, we don't need free speech in Iran, you don't need to speak out against the government, otherwise you get shot. Again, let's celebrate him. Oh, okay, let's just, migrants aren't bad. What was it, in Derby yesterday? We got an Indian fella, at the moment, allegedly, an Indian fella who drove a car and hurt 30 people. Okay? This is who the far right are trying to stop coming into the country. The left want to let them in and just, have more of them, I guess. So, really, this is just going to give you a bit of a highlight of what's happening. Now, if you had to make a choice between the two, because let's be honest, the way things are going, it's probably going to kick off on a national scale, anytime soon. Who are you going to choose? You're going to choose the ones who would, gyrate their hips in front of your face. Their mates are going to throw them off a building for doing it later on, and they want to kill your baby. Or the ones who just, want to have a good time, stop all this mass migration, and, kind of go back to being a nice country. I'll let you decide, but otherwise, guys, as always, if you like me talking about this, let me know. Like the video, do comment, subscribe to see more. Otherwise, have a great day. Bye-bye.